Hey guys. So, without any nattering about and finagling, there are going to be some scheduled content changes on the channel. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up, you know. So, the Too Long Didn't Watch is there's going to be much less Crucible class content, if ever. And the commentaries are not going to be daily anymore. Like, no promises on how many will come out per week or anything, because I'm not sure. But I would tentatively estimate, like, 1 to 3 kind of thing. And the weapon loadouts that you see in them will likely be more boring. So, into the non-Too Long Didn't Watch version. Now, I've been releasing virtually daily videos for, you know, 2 months, something like that. I mean, just the last few days, it's been a bit slower. And, you know, sometimes I'd miss, like, a Saturday. Mainly because I'd, you know, go out and see friends and stuff. And that means that I didn't have time where I could just leave my computer uploading for, like, 2 hours or so. Because that's about how long it takes for me to upload these. While I potter about the house and do chores and things. So that's, yeah, that's kind of the current state that things have been in. In terms of, like, the normal videos, like the live commentaries, those are kind of take my normal playtime, but I'm actually adding the commentary and trying to be interesting and useful and entertaining while I'm doing it, rather than just focusing on gameplay. Then add editing it for, like, 30 minutes. Then add in that you've got to watch the entire thing, like, twice at least. And you're adding in, you know, some text and stuff when it's relevant. And then render that for like 30 minutes. And then you gotta upload it for 2 hours. So, like, for one of those normal videos, that's like 1.5 hours of input. From, like, playing the actual game to trolling through the footage to, you know, editing it and watching it to make sure there's no artifacting or any of that stuff. And then there's the fact that recently I tried to up the quality, so I render them in 1440p now and upload them like that, so the video files are bigger, hence why it takes like 2 hours now. Because if you do that, then the YouTube has to use a better algorithm to compress the video, so you end up with nicer looking content. That's why, for example, if you go back and look at my stuff, but from before that, if you look at, say, like a Cami video, just the quality on mine looked way worse. It's because of the algorithm, mostly. Because Cami actually has, like, a successful, like, decently sized YouTube channel, so it automatically applies the algorithm to everything he does. That's just the way that YouTube works, you know. They have to think about where they're going to put their bandwidth, you know. And then Crucible class stuff takes ages to produce. Like, from recording the background gameplay to writing out literally like an essay on each of the topics that I'm doing. Like, it's each of those scripts is easily kind of 4 or 5 pages long. And then getting, like, background gameplay, getting clips showing what I'm saying in private matches, or trolling through footage to find clips from public matches where I'm doing the things that I'm saying. And, like, editing it all together, cutting all the stuff when I'm delivering it to make sure that it's all nice and I'm not stumbling over words and things. Those videos take legitimately, like, over 20 hours to make one 15 to 20 minute video. So overall, I've essentially been treating what started as my hobby like it's a job. Like, I realized over Christmas that I took 4 days off for Christmas and went to a friend's place. That's the first significant amount of free time that I've had in months. And, like, nothing I do is monetized. I don't have a Patreon or anything like that. And my YouTube channel has been growing quite nicely recently, off of doing, like, the Crucible class stuff and consistently uploading the commentaries and posting to Reddit when I do Crucible class, with, like, a big breakdown of the topic that I'm talking about. But my YouTube channel isn't big enough to, like, effectively monetize it. Like, I'm still a small indie YouTuber. And, like, this all started out as a random hobby. Then I got pretty decent at Destiny. I lurked Crucible Playbook answering people for a while. And then I started the Crucible class stuff because I basically made a poll on there asking if people would find that useful, and they all said yes. And then started doing the commentary and stuff as well. And it kind of gradually just became a bigger and bigger and more, like, high-quality project. And it's legitimately negatively impacting my life and other activities that I both want and need to do at this point, just because of the amount of time investment that it is. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I've decided I need to refocus, and because of that, I'm going to have much less time, and I'm not devoting as much effort to this stuff that I've been doing. It's essentially gaining me nothing. Like, it's nice and it helps people and stuff, but in terms of me, it gains me, like, absolutely nothing. I don't gain any, like, money from my YouTube channel. I'm not the kind of person who's sitting here like, oh my god, I have X number of people watching me, this is great, you know? It's just something I do purely out of kind of altruism. So yeah, I can't do this. And to kind of reiterate the changes, like, the frequency is going to go down. Like, in terms of the commentaries, I'm very, very tentatively saying something like 1 to 3 a week. I'm not committing to that at all. I have no idea, because I'm gonna have a lot less time, so we will see. Crucible class is gonna be, like, rare. Very, very rare, or never. I don't know if I'm ever going to have, like, big blocks of time and be motivated enough to be bothered to do, like, 20 hours of Crucible class for one video again. Yeah, also, in terms of the commentaries, like, currently the way that they're set up is I'm doing, like, weird and wacky and kind of trying to find interesting weapon loadouts to show off for you guys, or, like, builds, and trying to make them work. And that's likely to kind of go down a lot or stop more, because most of the time when I'm doing that stuff, I'm not doing it for my benefit. Like, I can pretty easily tell most of the time, just on paper, whether something is going to be good or not, because I don't know, that I've always been able to do that. If I know a game, I can just extrapolate an idea on paper into the game and figure out how it's gonna play and things like that, vaguely. So I don't need to test stuff anywhere near as much as I do in those videos, and that will probably reflect on what they will be like going forward. I might still do them, we'll see. Like, because I'm doing them less, I might still be able to just go, you know, sod it, let's put up some weird loadout, but it's more likely that they will be more based on what I normally play, and in my own time, that means a lot of sniping, because I like sniping. I don't particularly find shotgunning very enjoyable. Like, if I get a shotgun kill, I don't feel good about it. I'm just like, oh, I got a shotgun kill. What was he supposed to do? I have a shotgun. They're really strong. Whereas every single snipe that I get is like, feels good, man. Got the snipe. That took, like, aim skill and positioning. I had to get first shot. That was good. So yeah, that's kind of what I would expect to see there. Anything else? There's a montage coming. I'm not going to commit to any kind of date. I've got some decent clips and some okay clips at the moment. I kind of want to hit a nicer clip for a closer, but hitting clips is just luck. I mean, it's like luck plus being decent, but you essentially have to grind your ass off. Like, if you think about it like this, it's like getting an exotic drop or something, like getting a rare drop in a game where you have to be at a certain skill level to get the drop. I mean, actually, no, that's not true. I've seen some incredibly unimpressive good clips. Like, I've seen 7th columns that are utterly unimpressive to me. Because just there's basically zero skill shown. It's just kind of handed to them on a silver platter. But yeah, it's kind of, you gotta be decent enough to actually hit the clip, or like be able to hit like most clips, because you have to get first shot with your sniper rifle or whatever. And then add in the RNG of people being in the right place at the right time, not getting like a where's the fourth situation where you get a beautiful triple and then you're looking for the next person and no one's there because the spawns flip because your teammates pushed into like X weird place and all of that kind of stuff. A lot of it is just to do with spawn RNG, because I've seen like one of my teammates push into an enemy spawn to the point that the spawns should flip, and then I go to the other side of the map and they didn't flip. They just stayed there, whereas I'll push into the spawn sometimes and instantly, as soon as I go in there, boom, spawns have flipped and it's all over. So, you know, there's a lot of RNG to it. But anyway, that's basically that. The key takeaway was less frequent content, and Crucible class is going to be very rare or never. Yeah, but just wanted to update you guys before it happens, and that's about all I had to say. So have a good day. I'll catch you in the next commentary. Oh, I don't think I said this. I do have a few commentaries recorded at the moment and like ready to upload and stuff, so the content isn't going to like suddenly drop off a cliff, but I'm going to release those like every 2 days, every 3 days, that kind of thing. Just to kind of wean you off rather than suddenly just cutting it and then like having a week go by with nothing. Yeah, that was about it. Catch you in the next one.